continuing on. So when you are on your healing path, your healing journey, you're sort of having your spiritual awakening, you start looking at things from more of a holistic viewpoint where yes, you know, we have to describe things by mental illness. That being said, it's probable that before you went through this narc abuse, you didn't really think the way you think now, and you didn't really understand, or you were not really into sort of looking at things like light and dark, good and evil. When you go through narc abuse and you deal with people that, you know, have this pathology, these people that tend to be sort of dark triad, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, these kind of things, where they have literally no empathy. You see people that are working with, you know, very unhealthy attachment styles, insecure attachment styles from their childhoods, traumas, so they end up having no connection to what makes us human, as in the soul. They're able to commit heinous crimes against people. They're able to hurt people and not feel anything. They feel like no remorse. They don't have any limit on what they can do. You start understanding the spiritual side. And as I was saying in the last video, when you start understanding that, you will know that, one, you're not doing yourself any favors by lying down with someone who suffers from these demonic possessions. And as I was saying before, you will actually see the results. In relationship number 1, dealing with her, I used to do, I remember I actually lost a job. I actually did lose a job, and she was on the phone, and when I came home and I told her I lost a job. And when I told her she lost a job, she was on the phone to someone from her country, and she told the person straight away. She wasn't like showing me, like asking me what happened or why, or consoling me. She literally, it came in, I just told her, she literally spurted it out on the phone to whoever she was speaking to. And I remember doing that job, and a lot of the time she would call me complaining about people in our narcissistic friend group that she'd borrowed clothes to and didn't want to return the clothes. People in her country, factories copying her styles. You know, she always had some sort of thing going on, something, some politics going on at her clothes studio, or whatever it was. So I would be like on the phone constantly at work, messing up certain things, or taking cigarettes. They were very relaxed in this company. They were an art business. So I was taking many cigarette breaks, and at the time it was the company that it was a very, like, we were very close, the people in the company. So our department, we used to like hang out together. We used to, you know, drink after work. We would go to exhibitions and all these sort of things together. That company, my actual boss, I didn't know, but he was a narc. At the time, I didn't know about narcissism, but he was a narc too. And I was like his secondary kind of at work supply. And my direct actual supervisor or boss that was under him was really jealous of our relationship. But I didn't know at the time that what it was is that I was naive. I didn't know that that man was actually a narc. So he was using me for supply, basically. Yeah, basically that's what it was. this way. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. Yeah, he was using me for supply. So every time I sometimes would like speak on what I was going through, and he would give me advice, and also he would, would do weird things like one of my friends, a colleague that works in a different department, spoke about him cheating on his wife when we had like events in New York, etc., with prostitutes. But anyway, that's besides the point. So yeah, that job, she didn't show me any empathy or any kind of like care or whatever when I lost that job. So I'm just trying to kind of build a picture of what these people are like. So when you are with them, you can feel in your skin, in your body, that you're not supposed to be with these type of people. There's something going on in the spiritual, and it's not a nice feeling. You can just feel it. And to be with them, you kind of need to mask that sensitivity, if that makes sense. There's no way you can be not intoxicated and be hanging out with a narcissist in a manner of like exchange, such as deep connection as intercourse, and not feel this kind of chilling feeling that comes across your body, your senses. It's really, really disgusting. You have to be drunk, you have to be under something. It's just not a nice feeling. I think what it is that they harbor so many bad emotions and bad intention that you can actually feel it. It's like even in my gym, when I'm working out, a lot of the people in there are sort of low vibrational, and when I'm in the room, I can feel the kind of tension and the kind of people looking around and looking at other people for like validation or looking at their own reflection. It's just a very, very low vibrational space. But that's how it is with narcs. I think it's the story they tell themselves. I'm just using the story they tell themselves. So they're constantly kind of they tell themselves a story basically, and you can just feel it. It's very hard to explain it. You can feel it. It's very negative.
Low emission zone en route.
So we're in a van convoy. I'm following another van. I kind of lost it, and it was waiting for me now. I'm catching up, so I had to do that. Yeah, so you can kind of feel these kind of like feelings from them. This is why sexual intercourse is such a powerful thing or act. So you can feel, people's internal dialogue. You can feel where they're coming from, their heart chakra, their heart space. This is the thing about us. Even if we are misbehaving and we're, getting into these habits and doing bad things with these people, we're not harboring any bad negative vibes. And because we have a pure heart, pure soul, what ends up happening, as I was saying in the last one, is that we end up swapping energy with them. So you leave the situation, you'll be all drained and tired. Your aura would have gone down. Your energy level would have gone down. You would just attract everything negative in terms of like lack. everything in your life will just start literally falling apart. It starts in the spiritual, and then it will manifest in the physical. So that can be just like how you look. You're looking drained, you know, you've given up this chi, this life force energy, your skin, you know, people, you start attracting negative scenarios, you start attracting negative people. Anything that was positive will stop. All your hobbies will stop. All your abundance, or because we come from a space of abundance, like we've empathic beings and not beings, we have a lot of gifts, so we tend to attract high vibrational things. People who don't know us on the street, you know, positive, greeting us, liking us, copying us. But you now start to everything. If like I remember at the time when I was dealing with number 3, it's when I was getting a lot of narc fleas, and we were both staying up and drinking, doing what we were doing. All my sort of contacts started pulling back. People start unfollowing you. The shows started drying out, and yeah, I had some blame in that. Definitely, some of the things that I had made the choice to be with her, made the choice to stay. I was the one that was in control of myself. I could have easily, I had free will. I could have walked away, but obviously when you're dealing with these people, it's I said in my last video, it's a lull. You're rocked to sleep by them. It's a very slow manipulation. It's not something that you will see. It will be so many small things that you won't, going through it, you won't notice it straight away. It's more like if you take a step back and you look at your life, you can see that you're literally going down in so many ways. You'll be weaker, weak. Financially, you will have no money. You will be wasting it on them and on what they want to do. You won't have, your body will be weaker. Your gains, because you stop going gym, working out. You won't be going to your martial arts classes. You become weaker. You start walking not the way you walk. You will not be taking as much. Your grooming goes down. So you don't be paying attention to how you like iron your clothes, brush your teeth, all these things, because there's so much like brain fog. When you're dealing with them, it'll be like they'll say they're going to work, and then they'll call you in the evening. They'll say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't go to work. I was sick," or their phone died. You won't hear from them for like 2 days. They say, "Oh, their phone died and their mum was sick and they had to go here and there all the time," whereas they're just literally maybe 2 doors down cheating on you with someone. They'll stay up late at night drinking with you, and out of the blue they'll wait and learn your pattern of how you sleep, and then as soon as before you sleep, they'll say, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that I'm meeting with my colleague or my friend for a drink. She's coming to meet me from another country. That I have to go," and they'll say it the moment or an hour or 2 before the time that you usually sleep. So then you asleep, and while they're there, they might send you a photo they're taken like 5 years ago, or send you a photo that they'll take a photo of that person, but they won't show the other side. It'll be like maybe they're on a date with someone they've met on one of their secret dating apps. Everything swaps. You swap literally your life. It's just you exchange places with them. Things start going well from them. They start looking bright. Their ego takes over. They start walking with their head high, with their chest up. You know why these people look? I just bumped into one now where he was working at the front desk at our office, and I could just see by the way he spoke to me, it was someone that his mind is not there. Like he was just like how he spoke to me, like someone that in their head they're like a dictator, but his job is literally just on a desk saying good morning to people and opening the door. But he spoke to me in a way that he was a dictator of the whole office. Very, very strange how these people view themselves. It's all this made up fake image, this mask that they wear. But yeah, I haven't really been direct on this one. I've been kind of going back and forth. There's been some points in there. You will have to really rebuild after dealing with these characters. That's why it's really important that you try your hardest to stay out from any sexual entanglements from these people. One, you pick up the narc fleas. I've probably still got a lot of narc fleas. Like there's moments when that lust demon comes over me and I want to go out and do certain things, and I never stay there, and I'm able to kind of self-reflect and come back. But if I had not had met, saying that, meeting them, obviously Most High he wanted to wake me up at that specific time. He wanted me to see something. He wanted me to learn about myself, and he wanted me to take part in this spiritual warfare that we're going through at the moment with these people. Because they work for Satan. It's very obvious that they work for Satan. And before you met the narcissist, you were not like, I wasn't very much studying my Bible and looking at things from the sort of light versus dark, good versus evil. I was just looking at life kind of, happy-go-lucky.
In a quarter of a mile, at Green Man Interchange, take the 4th exit onto the A12 West Slip Road to see London Docklands.
But after it now, I just see that pathology in many people. And it's like, I remember when I came out at the final Discord on all three, I was wanting to go and, it's because of the empathy, you just want to speak about it. You want to go and tell everybody. But you're telling people that are narcs, or telling people that the narc has already got to them and told them that you're the problem. So nobody would believe you anyway. You end up further gaslighting yourself, thinking, are you the problem? What was I watching? I was watching this different video, and a guy was talking about wisdom, and he was saying, it was about Elon Musk, that's it. And he was saying that in this society, I know we are, in society, the only thing that people override wisdom is wealth. And he was talking about Elon Musk, how just because he's a billionaire, people follow what he says, but really he's someone who doesn't have much knowledge about anything. And I agree with that. He's literally just some rich guy who is like a scam artist, basically, using other people's inventions. Yeah. But yeah, that happens a lot with these narcs as well. They get in a position where they have some sort of power, some play, and they end up sort of being able to put things into action when really they don't actually know anything. They pretend to have they pretend to have all this information and knowledge, and it's like that mogul that's in prison right now. Their fake persona, their narcissism. Going around, I can even just think about a narc now who had a baby with one of his good friends' ex-girlfriend, because there's nothing's off limits. Nothing's off limit with the narcs. They sleep with everybody, they don't care about people who have history. There was a time when I actually took one of my actually normal girlfriends when I first joined this, not first, but when around the time when it was the early stage when I was in this dysfunctional narc group. And one of the narc guys said to me, oh, I had found a good one. And she was a good one. She ended up being the best person. She was probably an empath. And what I think back of the time is that he might have tried her and she probably let him down. And nobody lets that narc down. In terms of the narcs, I remember the narcs that was there at that time. And the guys that were like older were like sleeping with all the females in that group. And he was obviously like, not really real power, but he was someone that a lot of girls liked. And she didn't go for it. And that's probably why he told me that I had found a good one. And it happened that she was. And that was before I met narc number one. Narc number one, police have a speed gun there. Narc number one was with this guy that I knew that didn't like me for some reason. And I didn't even know that it was his ex. And his friend was always like trying to like, when she did something wrong, he would take her side and like say, oh, why did you do this? Oh, I hope you didn't do this or that to her physically, in terms of like fighting. But he knew that she had sat on his friend and forced her friend to attack her one time. And even after she left me, she ended up having twins literally like months afterwards. And that baby daddy or that partner, there was word on the street that he had pushed her or something, and people were talking about it. So they never learn, narcs. As soon as they jump out of your relationship, they jump straight into another relationship to get supply. They do the same thing over and over and over again. They never learn their lesson.
Left to continue on Waterden Road.
But I think I've kind of been a bit everywhere today. And I remember, I might record this, or I might put it up for a short time, and then, because the topic that I was going to do a part 2 was more about the sexual entanglements. It's quite important about the sexual entanglements because it's something that empaths suffer from, this kind of addiction to physical contact, given the fact that we share a similar wound as narcs. Having that childhood trauma where our parents, and it made us feel that we had to serve them to receive their love or their validation. So they actually train us to be like people pleasers. They train us to like not have boundaries. They train us to put them first. They train us to be a supply source for them. They don't show us how to be independent and safe and to value our own self and our own feelings. Yeah, they don't. So we end up basically having to overcompensate as we get older, caring about the opinions of others, being super sensitive to negative vibrations from people, and they actually know that we're that way, so they end up using us. They end up trying to get us to react, following us, copying us, mocking us, stepping on our shoes, cheating with our partners, doing all the like really negative things to us. Narcs know who we are. They know who they can bully. Energy vampires know who they can bully. Empaths who have like beautiful souls, beautiful hearts, pure intentions, tend to be a soft touch, but actually they're the strongest because love is the strongest and most unlimited like frequency that exists, but they have to learn how to use their empathy and their love for people that deserve it. Pretty sure it went past the site. Anyway, got caught in traffic. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this anyway. Speak to you in a bit.